no one cared about Kanye as a rapper back then. It just
even Jamie Foxx when he lended his vocal, he was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna go."
Correct, because he told him, I want you to sing it just like this, and he like he's like, I'm a singer, so I go in and
I'm Jamie Foxx.
Really try to really trying to R&B, add the special, and Kanye's like, yeah, don't do that. Like I need you to sing it like this. Yeah, all right, so I do it. I was like, okay, this guy don't know what he's talking about. This song isn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He said, I go off, I do a bad movie, and then he did it was Stealth. He said, I go off and do a bad movie, and then while I'm out in London shooting this bad movie, I get a call from my manager. It's like, remember that song you said wasn't gonna work? Yeah, it's number one.
Good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you're listening to us from. Straight from the 909, it's Mark.
Peace.
Ali.
What up?
Myself, Isaiah, and together.
That's hip hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really means a lot. Today we're discussing an artist whose style is defined by its constant evolution and thematic blend of grandiose self-belief, and that's an understatement now, startling emotional vulnerability. In his early career, his flow was known for being witty, punchline heavy, and conversational, focusing on relatable middle-class topics like education, consumerism, and faith, delivered with a distinctive, often higher-pitched vocal texture. Over time, his styles fractured and reformed dramatically. Like in 2008, 808s and Heartbreak famously, saw a largely abandonment of the typical rap, and it went into like auto-tune, minimalist, and then we see it move to this melodic trap sound. Altogether, he's a spectacle, redefined the modern rap superstar in using multimedia platforms to be this cultural mogul. We're talking about the debut album, College Dropout, released February 10th, 2004 by Rockefeller Records and Def Jam Recordings. In the years leading up to this release, West had received praise for his production work for rappers such as Jay-Z, Talib Kweli, and he faced difficulty being accepted as an artist in his own right by figures in the music industry. Intent on pursuing a solo career, he signed a record. Don't we all know that struggle? Trying to make it as a rapper, just getting pushed back from everybody around you in the music industry itself. Like there's literally a scene where he goes into I don't know which record office it was, but he's playing When It All Falls Down, like to one of the workers there. She's like a clerk or something. She's like unenthused. She's just staring at him like.
It's like, I hear this every day.
Insane.
I hear the next biggest hit every day here. Take a number.
It's so funny. Production was handled by Mr. West himself. It showcased his chipmunk soul. The album features contributions from Jay-Z, Mos Def, Jamie Foxx. Oh, wait, Mos Def?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 words.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jamie Foxx, Selena Johnson, Luda, among others, diving away from the dominant gangster persona in hip hop. And this. I know that's a small sentence I'm mentioning, but that was a big deal at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was, 50 Cent.
Fresh Out Fist is right after 50
Cent's era.
Came and made everything gangster again.
Right. And to come in with the pink polo, collar up, like that was completely different at the time. And then also too, this was number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 200, selling 441,000 copies in its first week of sales. It was a large-scale commercial success. Domestic sales were 3.4 million by 2014. It was certified 4 times platinum by the RIAA. The album was promoted by singles such as Through the Wire, Jesus Walks, All Falls Down, and Slow Jams. The latter 2, which peaked within the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100, and Slow Jams becoming Mr. West's first number 1 single as a lead artist. The album was won a Grammy for Best Rap Album in 2005, Best Rap Song, Jesus Walks. Length of this album was 76 minutes and 13 seconds. Woo, that was a lot. That was a lot. Kanye West is somebody who we've seen constantly evolve. It's not the same Kanye West that we have now, the one we had then. Totally different.
Literally a different person.
Yeah. Almost every like 4 years, you get a different Kanye.
Seriously.
Yeah, totally different. And we see this evolution musically at first. Then we start seeing it like in the fashion, and then we start seeing it in just in his, I don't know, he starts becoming bigger and bigger, and it's also getting to his head a bit. And, you know, that could be debatable, but currently right now, you know, he's kind of like on the outs a bit as far as like culturally, but when he came out, man, dude, this dude was so impactful when he came out.
Groundbreaking. Just stylistically, hearing his beats, he was doing things that we just had not heard. Doing the like double time in the beat, like bringing choir in it, mixing it with soul.
His sample selection,
is
you have to have an ear for that. And Kanye West came out of the gate with, like I would have done if I had an ear for samples. Like I would have kept all the good beats myself, like he did, and
Stack
just
'em up.
oh man, rolled out with a blueprint of how to have a successful freshman rollout, and as far as just being at the right spots at the right time for features, and then just rolling out your debut album like this, and man, you couldn't do no wrong at that time, man.
No, and he put in the work. Like he not only was making all these beats every day, but then he was also going out trying to solicit his beats every day, constantly, and always getting rejected, or maybe deals not falling through, or promises that were, you know, never followed through on. And, you know, up to the point where it's like, he gets to the point where he meets Jay-Z, it meets Dame Dash, and like finally things start happening for him a bit.
Yep.
You know, and I feel like we were all rooting for him, because it's the struggle everybody knows. You know, we live in the middle class, and he touches on that, but also talks about like how nobody gave him a chance, and this is what he loved. He believed in himself, and like when he finally broke through, we were all like cheering for him. And not only that, but his music was damn good, man.
Couldn't deny it. I mean, I could say two things as far as like kind of like that part of his story. I mean, number one, he's one of the greatest producers of all time, but we got to remember Kanye only started making beats because no one would, like, he had to have beats to rap to. Like, his goal was never to be a producer, ever. Like, that's the funniest part about his story, is that he never sought out to be a producer. It's just, I want to rap, but I need beats. So he had to make beats. And in doing so, he became so good at it, then he just became the beat guy, the producer guy. But he's like, no, I rap. Like, I want to be signed as an artist. Everybody just wanted his beats.
I just make really good beats too.
Like, they're like, you know, like everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the guy that makes the beats for Jay-Z. Yeah, that's that guy. Like, no one wanted to hear him rap. No one cared to hear him rap. You know what I mean? But, you know, and it's kind of crazy how it ended up going. But the guy that really first, you know, gave him his real shot as a rapper for real was Talib Kweli.
Oh yeah,
taking him on tour.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he would open for him. You know what I mean? And that was such a huge break for him, because that was his time to shine as a rapper. Because, like I said, no one gave two. I mean, Jay-Z didn't care. Like, he had to like force his way to get on that song, The Bounce, on Blueprint 2, because he was just so annoying about it. Jay's like, all right, let me hear it. And then he hears the verse, like, oh, that's actually kind of hot. So he's like, yeah, we got that. But no one cared about Kanye as a rapper back then. It just
even Jamie Foxx, when he lended his vocal, he was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna go."
Correct, because he told him, "Yeah, I want you to sing it just like this." And he like, you know what? He's like, "I'm a singer, so I go in and
I'm Jamie Foxx.
Really try to. I'm really trying to R&B, you know, add the special." And Kanye's like, "Yeah, don't do that. Like, I need you to sing it like this." Yeah, all right, so I do it. I was like, okay, this guy don't know what he's talking about. This song isn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He said, I go off, I do a bad movie, and then he did it was Stealth. He said, I go off and do a bad movie, and then while I'm out in London shooting this bad movie, I get a call from my manager. It's like, yeah, remember that song you said wasn't gonna work? Yeah, it's number one. And that's literally how his Jamie Foxx music career took off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because again, Jamie at first wanted to be an artist,
and he wasn't known as that yet.
Comedy was that was something that just kind of came. Like,
now he was on the most hottest artist there was.
So his story is so big. And then one other thing I just kind of bring up is, again, he literally sparked a shift in hip hop from, again, because hip hop was starting to get, I won't say away from the streets, but like the hottest artist was like, you had Eminem, you had Nelly, you had Ludacris, like, you know what I mean? It was like, that's kind of what the game was. Ja Rule, what he was doing, you know what I mean? But then 50 comes out and it's back to the streets. Like everybody's gangster again for a whole year.
Right.
Like literally, like hip hop was slowly getting out the streets. And as soon as Get Rich or Die Trying, everybody's gangster for a year.
The game then
it's
also
crazy.
furthers that.
Right. But then in that shift, we get the balance of Kanye. And, not only just not being quote unquote a street dude, but like he's coming from the really like just as a regular dude. Like I'm not balling, but at the same time, I ain't in the streets cooking crack. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what I'm doing. Like that's not what I'm come from.
But the whole stigma was, okay, what are you gonna rap about? Correct. You're not in the streets. You're not doing this.
That's the thing.
What are you gonna rap about?
So it's like if you're not in the streets and you're not making party dance music, what are you doing?
Right.
So he just talked about his life and his experiences, and he took how crazy is that sound?
Right.
But he literally took what Kweli, Mos Def, and Common did, and I would say he simplified it just enough to where we're working the mainstream.
Yeah. And for the record, there is evidence verbatim from Kanye himself saying that he took the backpack genre of hip hop and went with it, not necessarily having it be a part of him authentically. So this was a borrowed genre from him, but he did it really well.
Yes.
And that's the thing we could take from it. I've never liked that side of understanding that where he blatantly says that. Yeah. That's never sat well with me ever. But the fact of the matter is that, he had a successful rollout with this album on it. And, that's, we could take it for what it's worth on the album. And it's a fantastic effort on it. It's just that sour note that you get with a lot of it.
It is a shame. Because you gotta think around this time, literally he has Kweli, Mos, and Common on the album.
All around
He's with them. He's on the Dave Chappelle, double XL cover with, Chappelle, it's Mos, it's Dead Prez, and Kanye.
He's on the scene.
He's on the freaking, the block party what Dave Chappelle does with the Roots and Common and
helps Common do B.
all of them. He brings Common back to the forefront with B, producing that album. Man. And then all of that, now he's been around these guys so much, the industry kind of catches it. It's like, Slum Village is doing an album. Let's have them do a song with Kanye.
Yeah.
Dilated Peoples come out with an album.
Let's do a
song with Kanye. Yeah. Like Kanye became.
He throws Get By to Talib. Like,
he becomes the mainstream backpacker. Like that's who Kanye was. He was. Unfortunately, like you say, he said he was using them, but I mean, at the end of the day, what he did with it was great. It's just a shame that. It wasn't authentic.
Yeah, for being like, I just saw it as him like from the throne saying, I'd use that, doing it like that. That's always been the motif I've got from Kanye. And I'm not here to sour him. Like, I'm not here to like besmirch him. The guy's successful and we're talking about this brief moment in time. But that's just one of those notes to bring out as far as what this conscious movement did. It was that impactful that even artists will adopt it and become more successful than they've ever been to do it.
Because that's where he made his bones before the mainstream got him. Yeah. It was because Mos was with him. It was because Kweli was with him. Yeah. Common, like I said, he does songs with Dilated Peoples, Slum Village, Little Brother. He's on their mixtape. You know what I mean? Like he's doing, like he's with all this underground quote unquote backpack stuff, and they're the ones that embraced him before. Then he starts doing songs with like Cameron and The Game and, where he can go with the street dudes.
To his credit, I will say that he's kind of been everywhere too. Like he pops up on American Idol, pops up on, what was it, Wild and Out, pops up on Ball in the Family, pops up on all these little niches of like pop culture. Yeah. He's popping up everywhere. Chappelle Show, like
Cleveland
whatever.
Show.
Yeah, whatever, like kind of, whatever's like a popular channel of any sort.
Yeah, he was there.
You might see Kanye on it.
Yeah.
Like, because he was just kind of at the right place at the right time at all these different instances. And, whether or not it benefited him, a lot of artists benefited from him too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, he used them, but maybe they used him too. A lot of people used him for his beats, used him for his production genius.
The whole
so
good
I could
music.
equally say,
The whole good music. We don't.
could
But what's a
say-
producer? A producer gets
Sure.
used for his beats.
Sure, but I could equally say they used him too. Like they used him for a hit, like Get By is Talib's.
You pay the fee for that, though.
Sure, but Talib's hit, he's known for his Get By.
Yeah.
Like whether or not he used him, they used him too. Like
It's goods and in the terms of producers and stuff, it's goods and services.
Sure.
He has to produce a service which makes a good beat.
sure, but I'm just saying in the fact of using who.
Well,
like he used them, but they used him too. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's no return on the using of the backpack genre. There's no return on. There's no
I'm not saying it was
monetary.
good to use backpack
yeah.
genre, but what I'm saying is there was a tug of war of sorts of who
Yeah.
using. They both did a favor for a favor, probably. You know what I mean?
What I'll say is in the short term is it's not that they didn't get anything out of it. You know what I mean? That I will say.
Correct.
I will say from a long term perspective,
Sure.
that's where I think is the sour taste of the mouth because
We don't know what's authentic anymore.
correct.
Like,
That's the problem.
Like recently, he's turned to God and everything. Like, but how do we know that's authentic? You know what I mean?
At any given point, he could say, "I'm using them too."
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
That's
And
what
that's
we're
where
doing
the issue is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. In the moment of what he was actually doing. Oh yeah, everybody he quote unquote used, they all got something out of it too.
Yeah.
Like this
The
wasn't
churches got something out
This
of
wasn't
it.
a one way street
Yeah,
on that.
having
man.
him at the church, they
The-
got
even the- the-
attendance probably went up.
The Sunday services he was doing, like
Offerings probably went up.
so. People. Like, it's not that the people he used got nothing. You know what I mean? I want to make that clear too. But I do think from a long term perspective, the quote unquote backpack scene, they lose in the long run.
Sure.
Because
Yes, I agree with
because
that.
in the long run they don't get the resources, the look, the shine from Kanye because it wasn't authentic.
Yeah, I mean, look
It's like when the Angels had Shohei Ohtani. They had him, but now the Dodgers have him.
Right.
Seriously.
So you just remember the moment you had him.
Yeah, we had him too.
We had him
Thanks to the
too.
Dodgers,
But,
they won the World Series.
but
just
we
a couple
didn't
days
go to
ago.
the playoffs.
We had him too.
We had him and Mike Trout and didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But look at like Dream Chaps, he shits on Talib Kweli. You know,
Bro,
what I mean?
that was
Crazy.
wild.
Like,
crazy.
and he just on this album, he's giving high credit to Talib for
Because
giving
he
him a
knows
chance.
he gave him the first look.
Yeah.
He did. Kweli was the one that, as a rapper, before Dame and Jay even gave him that shine,
Right.
Kweli took him on tour to rap.
Yeah.
Then Dame and Biggs got on board. Then Jay got on board. Like, Jay gets all the credit for it. Jay came in the ninth inning when it came to Kanye. as a
Right when he
rapper.
already built up his campaign already.
Yeah,
Like,
like to me, if we talking who gets the credit for Kanye, the rapper, it's Kweli, it's Dame Dash and Biggs, then Jay-Z. Jay came in the ninth inning by the time Kanye. Jay gets all the credit for it, but no, he came in very late on that.
he talks about that too, like on Big Brother. He says, I didn't get a free tickets. I had to pay for the tickets to go to the Madison Square Garden.
Like I said,
I had to pay for 2 tickets. Like,
Jay came very late on the Kanye train as a rapper anyway. Beat wise, give me all those. But spitting, very late on that train. You know what I mean? But again, this moment, we can't deny what this moment was.
Correct. Yeah.
This moment in time was so important. Like I said, because when 50 came out, everybody was back to the streets again.
I like how charged this album gets us.
Yeah.
This album really gets
We were there. We were in high school. Like
different perspectives.
we,
and all
we,
that.
we all remember this moment. You know what I mean? I remember when it was so big, like Slow Jams, like my mom liked that song. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Luther sample.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, so he knew what he was
brings
doing with
about
these.
a lot of nostalgic.
Yes,
feelings,
he
too.
would sample, Lenny Williams with Twister. He
Yeah.
would sample,
Crazy.
like I said, Luther Vandross with Slow Jams.
Yeah.
He sampled Shaka Khan for Through the Wire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And these are all groundbreaking. Like, never heard like a sample twisted like this.
this
Remade
fashion.
like this.
He did it in such a way that was unique, and again, that's why it was able to work, because it was something fresh, it was something different.
And the thing is, he was even willing to pay the fine for how much it was going to cost him too.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
him and Jay-Z had a dispute about something about the sample. He's like, man, this is going to cost us way. And Kanye's like, let's just move forward. Like,
Yeah.
let's just keep going. Like, that's how crazy on a level it is, because he believes in the art that much.
Oh yeah.
That it's almost worth it.
To me, Kanye's greatest, what ended up kind of being kind of his downfall, but
Yeah.
I think in the beginning, his greatest superpower was his belief in himself.
Yeah.
You could not tell him no. You just couldn't. Like, he just knew, I'm going to be the dude. I'm going to win Grammys. I'm going to go platinum. before anything, before anybody gave him a chance, he just had this belief in himself that just you could not break, no matter what happened to him, even after the car accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, obviously that'll be touched on through the wire, but even after that, he didn't no, I'm gonna win. I'm going to make it. He did not care. And it's just, again, it's a shame where he is now because, again, he was such an important figure in the culture. You can't, again, like I mentioned about Soulja Boy, same thing applies to Kanye. You can't tell the story of hip hop without him. You just
I'll say this for those who are listening, who are outside of our timeline, years and years ahead of us. Kanye gets political, says things that are very off-hinged that end up getting him backlash big time by everybody. And that starts affecting his look, as far as who he is, affecting, people don't even listen to his music because of it now. Yeah. And, it's on the same plane as like a R. Kelly or something. To cancel his music almost. So that's where we're at right now.
Now the difference is with Kanye, as crazy and unhinged he is, he hasn't hurt anybody.
No.
I want to keep that clear.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
To the point where I actually just watched the video before I came, and I was looking at the top 10 most streamed rappers this year. I think Kanye's still like 6 or 7.
That's crazy.
Because of his catalog. You can't, again, he may not be as hot as he is currently as far as new stuff, but people are going to bump Graduation forever. As long as he don't do nothing that hurt nobody. Yeah, he's talking crazy and saying some stupid stuff that people going to rock with. And again, it'll affect him putting out new stuff. But as far as Graduation, Late Registration, College Dropout, Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne, that's gonna always live no matter what, as long as he don't do nothing like I said crazy to hurt people.
And also to add to context to that, he is known to say that he has some mental health things going on as well.
And I do think that's true.
That's also part of it.
Yeah.
Plus the fame and stuff. Who knows what that could do to a person?
Yeah, and
that's also another element. To it.
Those things do need to be brought up. Again, it's not excusing his behavior at all.
No.
Like we want to make that clear, but I do believe that there is, and again, we got to still, again, it's not excusing his behavior, but when his mom passed,
that too,
he wore a huge burden, and not only did she pass, but he wore a huge burden from that because I think it was from some type of surgery, I forget the reason, but he takes blame for that to a degree, you know what I'm saying? So again, that does not excuse his behavior at all, but the mental health component is there. Yeah. There is definitely some mental health issues.
And I would say now
there.
his following is like an occult following now. So they will ride with him no matter
what. Oh, yeah. There's Kanye stands that they don't care what he do.
Yeah. Right. They're going to follow him.
They're going to just follow regardless. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that's where we're at now. But this album, getting back to this, I feel like this album, absolute classic.
100%.
It was important for its time, and it was just showcased the production, the brilliance of Kanye West in production, and that's going to forever shine. So style-wise, when you hear this, do you guys get anything style-wise out of Kanye?
My main things as an MC, I would say he speaks from the perspective of the regular, everyday guy.
Yeah.
Again, not a street dude. It's not a bunch of gun bars, no pushing coke, none of that. But at the same time, it's also not like crazy over the top technical lyrically. Yeah. But he does show, moments where it's witty. Like, and very witty, very clever great punchlines. Like people talk great punchline rappers. Kanye doesn't get mentioned enough in that conversation as far as punchline rappers, where Kanye got some punchlines like that are just clean. Like the one that from that freestyle he has at the end. I think it's on not Family Business. What's the last song on the album? I forget. Last Call. And then he brings up that freestyle he had where he was like, he's like, mayonnaise colored bins, I push miracle whips. Like that's just a cold ass line. Yeah. Like that's a cold punchline. Yeah. Mayonnaise colored bins, I push miracle whips. Like that's hard.
Yeah, his punchlines, whenever I hear them, they're quotable.
Yes, very much quotables. And I think that also helps him. And I still think this holds true, obviously not necessarily today, but in his right frame of mind, in his peak, arguably the best rap performer on stage ever.
Yes,
Like
because the whole production.
He's in that conversation.
He's one of those first persons that where you feel like you're going to an experience.
Yes.
Rather
His
than a
set
show.
pieces are crazy.
Ridiculous. Like I'm mad at myself that I didn't go to see him on that Glow in the Dark tour because I think it was him, Lupe, and somebody else. But man, like that just.
I wanted to see the one with him and Drake. When him and Drake did that,
they went on tour. He had Kendrick. He had Kendrick open up on the Yeezus tour. Obviously, the other one I wish I could have went to was Watch the Throne. Like
that would have been crazy.
He's had some incredible, like as a touring rapper.
Yeah, he's great.
He's in that conversation.
Even when he
for
did
best.
one with John Legend back in the day too.
He's in that conversation for best rap performer, and I think his wittiness and cleverness helps with his stage performance as well.
Yeah, I say he's I say he's a better producer than rapper, but that's only because of how nice his beats are.
Mm-hmm.
I can stand on top of a mountain saying that Kanye's not a good MC, but I'd be dishonest in that regard because the guy makes you laugh. Like there's a very few MCs that take that comedic element sometimes, but he leans into it. And we, at that point in hip hop, we needed a lot of that because we had too much of this
gangster
guys
much.
that were exposed in the media, guys that were exposed in the press, still taking themselves a little too seriously in hip hop. Where this guy, where Kanye was, I'm funny, but check this out, I could give you funny bars too. He was doing a lot of that. This is around the same time where he goes on Punk'd and still steals the film reel that he was shooting the music video with, and like really went off course of what Punk was doing. Like he had like punked Ashton Kutcher and the Co for that.
Yeah. Right.
So with the one trait that I really want to put emphasis on is, and we're gonna break down too, is that he's actually pretty funny when it comes to these bars. It's like there's not a lot of people during this moment of time where they leaned into their comedic element into hip hop.
Absolutely.
So I would say pure honesty. He has a certain like draw to when he speaks to and I don't know if that's from the accident or what, but he has a certain draw with his words and stuff. And and I think the best example I could give with his artistry that's brilliant, I think, is he did that song with Q Boy, that one.
Oh,
he does that, where he does that lyric that goes, okay. And at first, that sounds like, I got served, like a bad verse. But then you realize when you perform it live, that's everybody's favorite part.
Yeah. Schoolboy Q always said it.
So there's certain times where he knows something's going to work for the performance piece of it. And I think that's also an important attribute to have as an artist, to realize, okay, what's going to work with the people? What are the people going to relate to? What are they going to repeat? What are they going to like and enjoy out of this song that I'm making? The concepts, like the whole concept of this album, talking about education and the educational system. I thought that was brilliant work, man. And just even the system as a whole, that is still relevant to this day.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was a brilliant topic to bring up. So yeah, peace to him on his style and everything at that time. Now I would say it's more just like it's very experimental, for being mainstream. And like he put a whole album like on a little pod thing or something, like and it's like very niche now to get
after you're done listening to my album, you can wash your clothes. Put on a Tide Pod.
The one thing I will the number one thing I will always give Kanye musically, no matter, even if his last maybe 3-4 projects I didn't care for, none of his albums sound the same. None of them.
Completely different.
None of them.
Every time.
Every single album is way different from the other ones. Like I would probably say College Dropout and Late Registration are maybe the closest to being kind of similar. But from Graduation on, all of them are way different. If Kanye dropped an album tomorrow, I know there's a 90% chance I'm not gonna like it, but there's a 100% chance I'm gonna listen to it once. I gotta listen to it. I gotta see what the heck this is gonna sound like.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be different.
And not every artist could do that. Like, and it
hell
worked.
no.
Yeah. It's like Tyson in the 2000s. Like, you don't want to watch his fights. Oh, even the 2020s. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Right, 2020s.
You don't want to watch him fight, but damn, you
yes,
gotta
you do.
Tune in.
You got to. You don't want to watch him versus Jake Paul, but you do. You got to tune in. It's a spectacle. Kanye, when he drops an album, I know there's a great chance I'm not gonna like it, but I have to still give it one spin. because I know it's gonna be something different. Every album is different. I will give him credit for, because a lot of artists after a while it's like they still kind of start sounding the same, whatever. But Ye is always different.
I'm a rip this birth. I'm the best ever.
And out of nowhere, dude could just pop up in the top 100, Hot 100 Billboard out of nowhere.
Yeah,
linking up with
whoever,
anybody,
Like he could come out with a song with Lil Baby tomorrow, and it might work.
It might be the number one.
You never know.
Yeah, that's how crazy that dude is. Looking at his album artwork for College Dropout, we have, for those who are listening, we have him in the Dropout, the mascot bear, and this was very iconic for the time. This went along with the whole series from like College Dropout all the way to Graduation, and he ran with that, and it was a cool motif to have, like, because it helped us follow the story, it helped world build to the topic he was talking about. And then, because his mom was one who was in the education system and wanted him to go through college, just, what every mom and dad would want. They want him to go through the system and go through college. And so he touches on that topic and like kind of looking at it like, why am I in college for? Like, this is all like a big scheme. Like, and to do what? To get promoted at McDonald's and to be like the manager at McDonald's? Like, what is this all for? Like, man, so it's really cool. And then around the album, we have like this, how do you describe this? It's like a gold frame around it, like with the floral angel.
Yeah, it's the type of frame you'd see like with like an actual seal.
Yeah,
of like
correct.
A degree.
Yeah,
it's still, there's the college elements of it because you can get that as a frame of your graduating photo.
Yeah, correct.
But then you also have Kanye's character in the back of sitting on school bleachers.
Yep.
So those are the same school bleachers you'd probably see at a basketball game, volleyball game, etc.
And he's looking down, so kind of like defeated a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like even the bear, like it was just coincidence that when he was doing the photo shoot for the cover that he found this bear costume. I think it was in a closet, like a janitor closet or something.
Oh, so this was a real thing.
Yeah. He just found it. Like it said, that he was doing the photo shoot, and then he happened to find it. Let me see. I'm gonna find it right here. Yeah, it said it was a chance encounter in the janitor closet of whatever school he was.
Imagine being that high school. Like, we're the high school that had the Kanye bear.
Yep,
I know.
Yeah,
Imagine that. That's
yeah. It was just it was in the janitor's. It was a janitor's mascot costume during a photo shoot. So
and you never want to be a school mascot looking like that because that's the obvious sign of defeat.
right.
Your mascot should always be happy, joyous, all that. But seeing a mascot like that,
sad.
You know who lost.
Right. But yeah.
Is there any deeper meaning to that? Like using this mascot, do you guys think?
The college dropout would be he was the symbol of the college or the symbol of the school, and dropping out, that makes the mascot sad.
And I mean, then this bear ended up being, like you said, used in his next two projects. He was on
registration
and graduation. You know what I mean? So it just became a character of his for the next couple of years of his career. But yeah, like I said, for this cover, it just happened to be in the janitor closet, and he just said, "I'm gonna wear it." Yeah. Like that's just how it happened.
And I feel like that also kind of the bear represents Kanye. In a sense, because in that third one, Graduation, he has it blasting off.
Yep.
And I feel like that was like a graduation of him making it to the next threshold of whatever life is, brings you, or whatever like that. Finally kind of making it and breaking it all the way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is him currently on the other side of it where he's going through the system.
Yeah, I kind of look at Kanye's first 3 albums. I kind of compare the run kind of like to Michael Jackson's kind of first 3 big solo albums, but not necessarily in the same order, but like I look at College Dropout, like Off the Wall, kind of like the first big one, but didn't quite, like it's big and it did well, but it didn't get the super love.
Yeah.
And then I almost look at Late Registration like Bad, where, it was like, even though for Michael Jackson, Bad came after Thriller, but I feel like Late Registration is like Kanye's Bad album, where it was like very successful, had the monster hit for Gold Digger and all of that, but it still wasn't quite his biggest record. And then Graduation, I feel like is his thriller, where everybody knows it, sold the most. You know, had the sales battle with 50 Cent, Stronger, Good Life, like these monster iconic records where he could have made every song on the album a single, kind of how Thriller was. So that's kind of how I compare the first 3 albums of Kanye's career. And this definitely is his version of
almost similar to Kendrick in a way then too.
Kind of, yeah.
Damn had almost every track was a
I would
single.
look at Damn would be like Kendrick's Thriller in a sense.
Crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so we about this point in time of the episode, we go into 3 tracks that we voted on or debated on to see which ones were our favorite. This album obviously was a hard one to do because there's a lot of great tracks on this. Yeah. But we landed on 3 tracks, which is going to be, number 1's going to be Jesus Walks, number 2 is going to be Get 'Em High, and number 3 is going to be Through the Wall. Man, these tracks are here. Ooh, and then honorable mentions. We have
Spaceship.
So the rest of the album.
Right.
I know, right?
Basically, Spaceship, All Falls
Slow
Down,
Jams.
Slow Jams.
Oh man, those are hits.
The new workout plan, that was a funny one.
Last Call.
Last
2
Call.
words.
2 words.
was
I'm
amazing.
mad. I'm
Crazy.
mad.
2 words is a crazy one.
Should have been, but
There's a legendary scene where Kanye's chilling with Mos Def and he performs that a cappella.
Yep, he's spitting it. And that's before the album came out.
That was a dope freestyle he did right there. With that. All right, so we're gonna go into Jesus Walks being the first one. This one's a big one.
Huge.
And I didn't get to
That
talk about it,
beat,
but this
bro.
is the first time my introduction to Kanye was this track. I remember specifically hearing it on the radio and being so like thrown off that he actually mentioned Jesus.
Yeah.
Because
You didn't hear that.
You don't.
Nope.
You don't do on the radio.
Nope.
On 99.1 like mainstream radio.
Rap,
you don't
hip hop
hear-
radio. Nah.
You don't hear somebody rapping like that.
and not only that, but having it in your chorus.
Right.
You know the
Correct.
POD did it one time
Correct.
with I Feel So Alive, that one joint.
But
It's like
so alive.
but with him doing it in the choruses and the verses,
Jesus
that's like a
walks.
double whammy.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I thought that was so crazy, and that alone, I was like I didn't know if he was doing it as a parody or was he a real Christian artist. Like it confused me because I was like, is this guy a Christian artist or like is he Lecrae out here or is he parodying this? Like is he for real? I couldn't tell his authenticity when I first heard it, but when I first heard it, it was crazy because the march,
Dude,
That beat,
that beat is out of here.
crazy.
that beat will just live and be one of the best beats in hip hop because
Classic.
you can. It's so malleable.
Yeah.
You could use it for another spiritually dense song if you're doing a mixtape.
Absolutely.
You can bust off on it with like a freestyle. Like
If
you
somebody
just,
did a freestyle today on that, out of here.
Out of here.
Out of here.
will we?
We'll
We'll clear the sample
we
eventually.
We're Coast Contra
Eventually.
now or what?
Eventually.
God.
Yeah, but I thought that man, this alone was so different. It was not like anything I heard. It was different. Kanye ice skates on this, and then he's talking the topic of all the stuff he's talking about. You know, from what's going on currently in society, terrorism, racism, talking about religion. Like there's so much of a mix in here on this beat.
Incredible record.
And then it goes like into almost gospel feelings at the end. Like there was a lot layered there that was just in the music video. Like
he had two videos.
yeah, it was out of here.
Even too is like you don't get this often at this moment in time in hip hop, and I like framing it for this moment, for that moment in time in hip hop, because you could definitely feel a certain anguish in when he does the chorus.
Yeah.
Like when he says the devil's trying to bring him down.
Trying to break me down.
Like it's like he's for real on that.
Yeah.
Like,
Feel
he
it.
feels the genuine authenticity to that.
Yep. Yeah, and that was something about Kanye here to make you feel it.
Yeah.
Like Kanye's the one that was saying like the president doesn't like black people. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that
Wild.
was really making people feel like, okay, Kanye's about the culture. He's about people. He's about, later on that starts to shift a little bit, but like that was what made people love him so
The
much.
U.S. government answered back with getting Barack on for president. Like, oh yeah, watch this.
Stupid. Okay, Jesus Walks. God show me, we at war. We at war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves. Jesus walks, God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. Jesus walks with me, with me. Let's sing it. You know what the Midwest is? Young and restless. We're restless. Might snatch your necklace and next these. Might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Is but four of you alone will leave you breathless. Try to catch it. It's kind of hard. Getting choked by detectives. Yeah. Now check the method. Man, already, dude. Like, even adding the gasp in there and all that stuff. Like, yeah. Like all of it was like it just felt so like you could see visually what he's saying, dude. And it made you like it pulled you in because right away he's attacking you with exactly like what's going on now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in his verses, definitely get put over more when he does it live.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
You know, like not only like the you know you bring the choir out for Jesus Walks, incredible, but like you could still be theatrical with this verse that he does, and for all the rest of the verses that we're going to be breaking down.
Absolutely.
They be asking us questions, harassing, arrest us, saying we eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast, huh? You eat pieces of so stuff like this already. Yeah. It's like comical, but it's conversational. It's man, it's different. It's like, oh man, it's dope. Yeah, I eat pieces of shit. What's the basis? We ain't going nowhere, but we got suits and cases, a trunk full of coke, rent a car, and From Avis. My mama used to say, only Jesus could save us. Well, mama, I know I act a fool, but I'll be gone till November. I got packs to move. I hope Jesus walks. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. Jesus walks with me, with me.
The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. Like, see, like, you feel that. Yeah. He made you feel it. Yeah. And then I like the, well, mama, I know I act a fool. Like that ended up being a callback to Hey Mama later on. That and he actually had that song already made, but he just didn't put it out to his second album. But Hey Mama, dope. He had already done that song.
And then peace to him doing the Easter egg for Gone Till November.
Yes. Yep.
Gone Till November. I got past
Wyclef.
And he even went double time too when he was like, but Mama used to say only Jesus could save us. Like so there's different things. It's never quite the typical. There's always something different in each bar he's doing.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
To the hustlers, killers, murderers, drug dealers, even the scrippers.
Jesus walks with them.
To the victim of welfare, feel we're living in hell here. Hell yeah.
Jesus walks with them. And I love that right there because already he's relating to everybody. He's expanding it out to everybody, bringing everybody in.
This is a stretch, but I'm going to use it. It's a call to his name that he uses now. Now hear ye, want to see thee more clearly.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yay.
Hear ye, want to see thee more clearly. I know he hear me when my feet get weary, because we're almost nearly extinct. We rappers as role models. We rap, we don't think. The extinct race in this may be the rappers. I don't think he's talking about humans. Because he immediately talks about the rappers as the subject. We rap, we don't think. I ain't here to argue about his facial features or here to convert atheists into believers. I'm just trying to say the way we school needs teachers.
Making it very simple again. Simplifying the messages that Talib and Mos Def be spitting, but he's simplifying
it.
Yeah. The way Kathy Lee needed Regis and Kathy Lee's talk show. The way I need, that's the way I need Jesus. So hear my single, dog.
Kathleen
Radio needs this.
And it's so simple, but man, the punchline still hits the way Kathleen needed Regis.
That's the way I need Jesus.
So here go my single,
dog. It's effective. It's so effective.
So here go my single, dog. Radio needs this. They say you can rap about anything except for Jesus. That means guns, sex, lies, videotape. But if I talk about God, my record won't get played, huh? Well, if I take this away from my spins, which is probably take away from my ends, then I hope I take away from my sins. Man, that's beautiful. Yeah, let's bring that back. Well, if this takes away from my spins of the record playing, the record's playing on the radio, which will probably take away from my ends financially, then I hope it'll take away from my sins and bring the day that I'm dreaming about. Next time I'm in the club, everybody's screaming out.
Jesus walks. Amazing.
Where's the old Kanye? I'll say it.
It's sad.
Where's the old Kanye?
Where's the
sad.
old Kanye?
Bring the bear back.
It is sad. Like I said in our clips episode, man. I
Re-registration. The new
felt
album.
like his return should have been the way No Malice's return was as Malice. Like, it should have been some sort of blend like that.
Yeah.
But we got what we got. We got what we got right now, which is what it is. It is what it is.
Hopefully, this is a big time to bring emphasis on the fact that mental health is very important here in the United States.
Absolutely.
And if you feel like you're in a position where you need it, there's definitely outlets to help.
Many outsources, resources, all of it.
All right, we move on to, thanks Mark for that. We move on to the second track, which is going to be, where is it at?
Get 'em
Is this the
high.
one, Get 'em high?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get 'em high.
I'm gonna do Kanye's second verse.
Okay. Get 'em high. This beat all alone already. This one gets you moving. This is a perfect performance song.
I'm trying to catch the beat. I love that part. I'm trying to catch the
Can
beat.
you talk a little bit about this one? Because you said this one stood out to you for a particular reason.
Oh yeah, no. So this song, I mean, this was the song that, I mean, I liked it when I heard the album, but I liked it a lot more when I heard Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
Yeah.
When they performed it, I mean, seeing him and Kweli and Common on stage doing that, like, that's probably the one and only time they ever did that. All three of them on stage performing that
Trying
song.
to catch them all three together.
You know what I mean?
Let's run it
So
back.
to get all three of them on stage doing Get 'em High is just insane.
Especially now. Most Def.
Yeah,
I'm telling
Kweli,
you.
yeah,
country.
Kweli and Kanye, that ain't happening. But I mean, to get all three of them on there doing that song, that made me like the song even more. But you get so many facets of Kanye. You get a little storytelling. You get the comedy.
He's
you
a
get,
Gemini too, so that's
you get
the add on top
you
of
get
all that.
bars. But then you get the lead in with Kweli, and you get Common. This is like Common's like comeback verse because his last album, what was it, Electric Circus, was not received
Yeah, it
well.
wasn't received well.
So this was like
He tried some experimentation his own.
yeah, he tried it. It did not work. And then this was like the comeback verse. And then from there, then we get B after this. Common's back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So this was like the beginning of that kind of Common comeback as well.
Yeah.
So
Get him high.
He doesn't
Amazing.
get enough credit. Kanye doesn't get enough credit for that. And I'll definitely say that. It's B ended up becoming
Classic.
Like
It's a
he's
classic.
back.
Common
Yeah.
on any Kanye beat knocks
amazing,
it out of the park every
amazing.
time.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I want to do Kanye's second verse, and I want to do Common's verse.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we got trying to catch the beat.
Dum, 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 dum,
Trying to catch the beat.
Love that part.
Kiss the beat. Nah, throw your
Motherfucking hands, get them high. Now all the girls pass their weed to they motherfucking man.
Get him high.
Now I ain't never tell you to put down your hands.
Keep him high.
And if you're losing your high, then smoke again.
Keep him high. Nah.
Oh, y'all can hear this first
My
verse.
flow with the pocket like wallets. I gotta bounce like hydraulics. I can't call it. I wanna swerve like alcohol.
Licks.
Expression, I was going through hella problems till I built it up over stopping the ass and going out of college.
College.
Sorry, I pushed that up a little bit, but that was his
Yep.
delivery on it was so
Amazing.
yeah, it was so amazing.
Amazing.
My teacher said I was a loser. I told her, why don't you kill me? I give a fuck. If you fail me, I'm going to follow my heart till if I follow the charts. Till you, and if you follow the charts or the plaques or the stacks, you ain't gotta guess who's back. You see? I'm so shy that you thought I was bashful. But the bastard's flow, it's the stuff like that
Yeah.
right there.
So shy that you thought I was bashful.
But this bastard's flow will bash your skull, and I'll cut your girl like Pastor Troy. I don't know who that is. But
Pastor
that's
Troy.
Oh,
Atlanta rapper.
And I don't usually smoke, but Pastor
Pastor
Troy.
Dro.
And I won't give you that money that you asking for. But why you think me and Dame cool?
We
You
assholes.
That's why we hear your music and fast forward. I
don't
love
wanna
that bend.
hear weak shit no more.
That word bending too. He was really good with word bending.
Yes,
like
he
that.
is. He's definitely one of the best with
forward.
that.
Yeah, he was really good with that.
Amazing. And then he gets on the second verse. He goes, now who the hell is this? Emailing me at 11:26, telling me that she 3626 plus double D. You know how girls on Black Planet be when they get bubbly at NYU, but she hail from Kansas. Right now she just lamping, chilling on campus. Sent me a picture with her feeling on Candace, who said her favorite rapper was the late great Francis. WHIT, it's getting late, my me. Your screensaver say tweet, so you got to call me and bring a friend from my friend. His name Quali. You mean Talib? Lyrics stick to your rib? I mean, that's my favorite CD that I play at my crib. I mean, you don't really know him. Why is you lying? Yo, Quad, she don't believe me. Please pick up the line. Just she gonna think that I'm lying. Just spit a couple of lines, and maybe I'll be able to give her dick all the time and get her high. Like that comedy right there. So first he starts with the kind of the Biggie reference. Who the hell is this?
Yeah, who the hell is
Emailing
this?
me at 11:26. So he does the Biggie thing, but then he brings it back when he says her favorite rapper was the late great Francis. WHIT. That's Biggie, Frank White. So he does the Biggie reference, and then he ties it in. Says the girl he's talking to on the internet, her favorite rapper is Biggie.
Yeah.
Genius. Just amazing.
I can't believe this. Use my name for picking up dimes, but never mind. I need some tracks. You trying to pull tracks out, and my rhymes is finna blow. You trying to blow backs out. Well, okay, you twisted my arm, all assisting the charm. Hey, yo, you met that chick at that conference with your moms. Her sister the bomb. She got that bougie behavior. Always got something to say like, okay, player hater. Anyways, I don't usually fuck with the internet or chicks with birth control stuck to their arms like Nicorette. You really fucking with that? You really fucking that much? You trying to get off cigarettes? If she thinks she's fly, she ain't met a real yet. I apologize if I come off a little inconsiderate. I got the bubble cushion. Her sister could get a hit of it. Yeah, yo.
Quali was going in.
Yeah, dude. I love the playback too.
Yes,
with
he kept it playful with him. And Common coming, he just started busting. Get him high like noon or the moon or a room filled with smoke, a hype filled with dope. Y'all assumed I was doomed, not a tune, but I filled the notes with real quotes. Real rappers is hard to find, like a remote. Control rappers out of. Used to, but still got love. That's why I abuse you who are not thugs. Rock clubs like Tiger Woods in the Hood. Should have my own reality show called Soul Survivor.
And I love how he was kind of taking his time, pacing himself on this beat, which was still going at the same, but he was taking his time.
Nice little pauses.
Yeah,
his cadence was crazy.
He owned his pace.
Yes. He was like that's why I abuse you who are not thugs. Rock clubs like Tiger Woods in the Hood. Should have my own reality show called Soul Survivor. I stole on Liver. Because then you's a bitch. I got ones that are thicker than you. How could I ever let your words affect me? They say hip hop is dead. I'm here to resurrect me. Marx is
here to resurrect me.
Marx is too sexy to even make songs like this. Make songs like these. That's why the raw don't know your name. Like Alicia Keys. Too many featured MCs and producers is popular. 12,000 spins. Nobody got the copy in the algorithm. How come you the hot garbage of the year? It's clear your image is looped up. Label got you souped up. Telling me you sick, but you a dick with a loose nut. Video hard to watch.
How are you hot garbage of the year? I'm barely catching that. That's crazy.
It's clear your image is looped up. Label got you souped up. Telling you sick when you a dick with a loose nut. Video hard to watch like Medusa. Even your club record need a booster. Chimped up with a pimp cup, illiterate. Read the infra, red across their head. I bred king like Simba. Bolder than Denver. I ain't a mad rapper, just an MC with a temper. You dancing for money like honey. I did this my way. So when the industry crashed, I survived like Kanye. Spitting through wires and fires, MCs retiring. Got your hands up, get the motherfuckers hired in.
Get the motherfucking hands, get them high.
Common, let it be known, I am back. Yeah. This was the I'm back verse. Classic.
Get them high.
Amazing.
This one is this one's, I mean, I can just imagine being in the crowd when they're doing that.
Man. Incredible.
We move on to the third one, which is going to be
Wire.
Do the wire. Yeah.
Made famous because I was watching music video. I was watching The Box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who the hell's Kanye West? Because this came a lot before.
It kept coming on. And
was it coming like 3 or 4 months before the album dropped out? Even longer.
Yeah, it was at least 3 months.
And I'm like,
who is this guy? Yep. I was like, who the hell is this?
An accident?
Dude,
I mean, I would see this. It would come on every morning on BET.
Dog.
I was like, who the hell is this? Like, I didn't watch it for maybe 2 weeks because I kept seeing it on. I'm like, who the hell? I'm not. Who is this? Like, I'm not watching this. So then, after 2 weeks of avoiding, I said, all right, let me finally watch this video. And I'm like,
bro, he's rapping like that. Like,
oh shit, this is hard. But
you could tell that. So
he's
like,
literally rapping through the wire with his mouth wired shut.
Why does he sound like that? And then there's clips of him actually like from the accident.
The video is actually amazing.
But do you guys see how difficult it is to get people to listen to music?
Exactly. Yes.
Like it can be so great, but it's so hard to get people to actually.
I swear, for 2 weeks, I was like, who is this? Yeah. I don't know who this is. Because even like the beginning of the video too was like him and I think at Harold's Chicken or something. It was
like real photos, right? Real photos.
He's in the chicken spot with some girl. I don't know if she was homeless or not, but somebody there. But she was just kind of dancing around and talking about, whatever. She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Can you give me a shout out? Oh, yeah. Like, what song is this? Oh, it's your song. It's Kanye West. And then the beat drops and but it was just random. And I was like, who is this? Random
if you don't know who this guy is. Just,
I swear, for 2 weeks, I avoided that video. Yeah. And then after, like I said, after a while, I was all right, I'll watch it.
And I'll and myself say this because at this point, I had my finger on the pulse of like what was kind of going around in hip hop. And I'm like, who's that?
Who's that? I didn't stick around long enough. For 2 weeks, I did not stick around to find out.
That's funny.
Yep. I did the same thing. I avoided that video for 2 weeks.
That's funny.
I remember that.
That is funny. I didn't know that. I didn't get to watch those channels to see that. So to me, I heard him through the radio, and that's where I was wondering who he was.
Yeah,
and you guys were wondering about the music.
Who is he?
Yep. Who the hell is
coming
this
up
dude?
Next on Unsolved Mysteries? This guy just keeps popping up everywhere.
Random, but in all honesty, this is. For my money, I think this is his most important song.
Yeah.
I truly think this is his most important rap song. Like, just the meaning behind it, what he actually literally rapping through the wire, like his mouth wire shut after the accident.
It kind of embodies everything about Kanye.
Yes. This like
perseverance.
I did I was in a Facebook hip hop group, and I used to do these things where in March I would do like a March Madness style for rappers. So Kanye was the first one I did. So I did a March Madness bracket for Kanye songs. It might have been 32 songs, I think. Anyways, Through the Wire ended up winning. You know what I mean? So I'll put it up, different matchups, have people vote, and then if it was a tie, I would be the tiebreaker. But I let people do their thing on there, and in the end, Through the Wire ended up winning.
Wow.
And this is...
So that's like a survey of people voting on
it. Yeah, there's a good, 10, 15 people doing that. And like I said...
battling it out to be Through the Wire.
Yep, Through the Wire ended up winning.
Yeah. Wow,
this is incredible. I love this song.
I think it's just the beat is so different. Like,
amazing.
Whatever you like about the Chipmunk sound, this was the Chipmunk sound beat.
This is the first one, really.
Yeah, and that was
on his album anyway.
There was a lot of more sample and the beat, and then the third thing that you notice that it's hip hop related.
Yeah,
you remember the beat, you remember the sample, and then okay, cool, you do remember the verse. But that just goes to show you how impactful this beat is, because then this is a giant rock into a big lake, and it reverberates with, everyone's going to use this sample style now. Everyone kind of realizes, hey, look, Through the Wire did it like this. Let's try it a different way. And it just branches off into people with different perspectives, and taking that style and running with it into different avenues.
Yeah, the most famous one was Pharrell being in the room, listening to it for the first time with Kanye showing him the Through the Wire record, and Pharrell's taking it in, and he's just like, "Man, you're crazy." I think that's one of the first times he might have mentioned Genius. I don't know, but he was like in the room, basically giving him praise and being like, "Yeah, this is it. Like this, wherever this sound is." I've never heard that.
Yep.
Like Pharrell, that coming from Pharrell.
Especially at that time.
Yeah. Who's Pharrell's.
He's the hottest producer out at the time.
To hear to get praise like that.
He's the one on the throne.
Yeah,
Right.
So like that's a big deal. To hear that, and then it be a truly authentic story with him as well, just adds more to the record.
Amazing.
And then just knowing his perseverance and just seeing he's not a guy that's gonna stop.
Right.
So Through the Wire. Through the wire. I love how there's like iterations of this, like almost like people breaking it down, doing orchestras, doing it slow, a cappella. Like there's a lot of tributes to the song now.
Piece Shaka Khan through the fire.
Yeah, Through the Fire, like
original.
switching it up. And that's the thing too, is he would play with samples so much that he made it almost say something different than what the original sample said. That was something that Kanye always played around with.
Right.
I spit through the wire, man. There's too much stuff in my heart right now, man. I'll gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man.
Yeah, truly being wired up. His mouth is literally...
Y'all really don't understand how I feel right now, man.
His mouth is literally wired shut.
It's your boy Kanye to the Shot Town. What's going on? Yeah.
And I'm picturing you guys not knowing nothing about this dude.
Dog. It starts off and I'm like I'm thinking something's wrong with my TV. Something's wrong with like the video.
The video was real grainy.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
I was like, who is this dude? They didn't give it a chance for 2 weeks.
Just like Jamie
Little
Foxx.
do we know it built a world that...
Right. Same thing like Jamie Foxx. Yeah, like
like
this guy's not going to make it. This will never work.
Yeah, it's just the foundation of Kanye's
Becomes
struggles.
One of the greatest records ever. Yep. I'll do the first verse.
Okay.
I drink a booze for breakfast and insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I'll just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. H to the Izzles back to Wizard.
Yeah, that's the thing with Kanye. He was so much already on the pulse of the slang, the modern slang. That was the slang at the time.
Yes.
Jay-Z used it, Snoop, whoever. Like, that was what people were playing with.
The shizzles and all of that. Yep.
Yeah, now just to the first 4 bars, he's already given you the struggles of what he has to do with the boost for the boost for breakfast, insure for dessert.
You can't eat food.
The liquid diet, at least getting his protein that way and his nourishment.
Yep.
But and then can't even have pancakes, it being a solid food.
Right.
And he just only
I'll
serves
just sip the syrup. I'll just drink the syrup. Like, come on, man. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. H to the Izzles back to Wizard. How do you console my mom or give her light support? Telling her son's on life support. Just imagine how my girl feel. On the plane, scared as hell that her guy looked like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty sign. No use of trying to be lying. I've been trying to be signed, trying to be a millionaire. How I use 2 lifelines.
Punchline, boom.
Yep.
Flipping something that was a modern reference, flipped it.
Yes. You know what I mean? In the same hospital where Biggie Smalls died, the doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV.
Like that.
Yeah.
I miss punchlines like that, though. I miss those.
Yeah, the blood clot. Come on, man. Your butt the bumper clot. The doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV, but I ain't trying to make the band. See, making the band. Like, he had his finger on the pulse of what was going on.
Definitely did.
Story on MTV, but I ain't trying to make a band. Swear this right here, history in the making, man.
To the wall, to
the wall.
I really apologize to everyone right now. If it's really unclear at all. They got my mouth wired shut for like, I don't know, doctor said like 6 weeks.
And everybody's like,
You
what
know,
the hell?
I had reconstructive surgery on my jaw. I looked in the mirror, half my jaw was in the back of my mouth, man.
The only course with an apology, a genuine
I really
one.
apologize to everyone
Apologize,
right
I'm
now.
muttering
If
this.
it sounds unclear at all, they got my mouth wired shut. It's like, I don't know, doctor said like 6 weeks. You know, I had reconstructive
reading his
surgery in the
chart.
back of my jaw. I looked in the mirror, half my jaw was in the back of my mouth,
Like
man.
you're a family member calling them up or
I
something?
couldn't believe it, but I'm still here for y'all, man. To say this right here. He had to break it down for y'all.
What if somebody from the Shy that was ill got a deal on the hottest rap label around, but he wasn't talking about cokes and birds. It was more like spoken word, except he really putting it down. And he explained the story about how blacks came from glory and what we need to do in the game. Good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time, in a blink of an eye.
His
His whole
words,
life
one
changed.
chain, 2 chains.
His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt. Thank God I ain't too cool for the safe belt. The safe belt. Oh, the safety belt. Oh yeah.
seatbelt
I swear
on.
I swear
I
to
always
God.
reference the song whenever somebody doesn't put their seatbelt on. I'm like, Kanye put it on.
I didn't put it on. I ain't too cool for the safe belt. I swear to God, driver 2 want to sue. I got a lawyer for the case to keep what's in my safe safe. My dogs couldn't tell if I looked I look like Tom Cruise in
Vanilla
Vanilla Sky.
Sky.
It was televised. There's been an accident like Geico. They said I was burned up like Pepsi. Didn't Michael.
Oh.
I must got an angel because it looked like how death missed his ass. Unbreakable. What you thought? They call me Mr. Glass. Him using a Shyamalan film reference. It's dope. Look back on my life like the ghost of Christmas past. Toys R Us swear I used to spend that Christmas cash and wouldn't grow up. I'm a grown-ass kid. I swear I should be locked up for the stupid shit that I did. But I'm a champion, so I turn tragedy to triumph.
Music, that's fire.
Spit my soul through the wire. You know what I'm saying? When the doctor told me I had to, I was going to have a plate on my chin. I said, dog, don't you realize I'd never make it on a plane now? It's bad enough I got all this jewelry on. You can't be serious, man.
Chance of loving you, I'm drinking on.
Classic.
He's sitting there just talking over the hook.
Right down through the wire.
Classic, man. Classic. It didn't matter how his voice sounded. It still worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Classic.
And then even at the end, like he, at the end of the video, he's sitting there. He has a little poster of Shaka Khan in there, giving her love. Even though in hindsight, we find out later that she hated it at first. She hated that he sampled her.
Does she like the checks?
Yeah. And that's what changed it. That's what changed it. And that's the thing about it. Like a lot of the older artists, like they didn't understand what was going on. Like Rick James. Like quick story on that. Just sidebar. But Rick James is like he didn't like hip hop because of the messaging and what they talk about in the music streets or whatever. So after hearing a certain amount of songs, he's like, look, I don't want nobody else sampling my songs. And then Can't Touch This comes out with sample Super Freak. So he's furious when that song comes out. He's on the phone with his label, his people. He's like, didn't I tell y'all I didn't want no more rappers sampling my songs? They was like, but he said, wait. But Rick, he's giving us 80% and $250,000. All right, never mind.
He could touch this. It's fine.
Just like that. Yeah, he gave him 80% of the publishing. So Rick James owned 80% of Can't Touch This.
Wow.
Yep. So he
still will bring in checks.
He was so mad.
Such a big hit. Even Hammer didn't even complain.
No.
No. Hammer was making that money.
He was eating. So, but that's the thing about with sampling. Like, I hope artists need to know, like, it's keeping your songs alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I think Elton John recently allowed his songs to be sampled, so that way it just built his his sales back up.
Yes, you making me hot again. Yeah. So, Ye was making a lot of people hot again.
He was making a lot of people hot again.
A lot.
He was making you go back to the sample.
Yes,
like, this was a dope record.
Yes, 100%
for sure. Takeaways from College Dropout. What's our final thoughts on this album?
Listening to it over again, I wish he went back to college. I wish give me re-registration, give me
like the sound
community college enrolling. Give me something that gets me back to this
feeling,
even if it plays a little bit to the nostalgic of this.
Bro, that I have a feeling that Kanye still has a plethora of these beats from this era.
For sure.
That he could just unearth.
For sure.
Dude, I don't know. I'm from the outside looking in, but it's like we listen to what he has and what he could provide. And, he was a different man at the time, but it's like, dude, like you can lean back into it. MJ went to the Wizards. He did it. He still caught wreck.
He still averaged 20 a game.
Kanye could probably get back in the mix of it.
I mean, if he had the right people around him, because this album was just the foundational piece of what we would get later. I always say, like, without Kanye, we don't get Lupe. Without Lupe, we don't get Kendrick. We don't get those guys that, can tell that authentic story without being street dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was a hard niche to break through. Very, very difficult, especially for, not to, kind of make it a race thing, but like with Eminem, it's a little different. That's not his expectation. Yeah. With a lot of, hip hop being mostly a black art form and most of the black rappers coming from that element, it's an expectation that you gotta be a street dude to pop off. And for Kanye, that's why he was so important, because he showed, no, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
Like you could be
commercially, because like even guys like Mos Def or Talib, they weren't known to be commercially successful.
That's the thing. They showed you, but they weren't.
That.
Yes.
And he was being that.
Yeah. In Mos and Talib's case, they were anti.
Yes.
They were totally anti.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's the
anti.
difference.
He
like,
wasn't anti. He was,
he was just
he was
who
just
he
him.
was. It was just,
Yeah.
I'm speaking like, and again, Kanye could speak on certain street things. Like he mentioned some of the stuff in, even this album, and especially Late Registration. Like I knew dudes that were in gangs and stuff, but that's not what I did. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like you could be from a certain place without having to be a participant. And that's what I liked about what Kanye did. He showed you didn't have to be a street dude to blow up. That to me was so important, because typically if you weren't a street dude, you might have a hit or two, but you weren't going to have a long lasting career. They spit you out because they wanted the street dudes. Yeah. That's what mainstream hip hop wanted.
That era didn't have another Will Smith to bring that example.
That's
out.
what I'm exactly.
that's
It's like
true.
And that was at a certain point that was considered corny. You know what I mean? I remember seeing like Kid and Play talk about it. It's like, yeah, we were hot at one moment, and then you seeing Ice Cube and Pac and Biggie and Mobb Deep, and now we're corny. You know what I'm saying? And that ushered us clean out the game. And then we didn't really get another example of that really till Kanye from a mainstream perspective. Yeah. So that's what I liked about it.
And that success only gives you the plateau where other people could be like, okay, cool. Like Kanye made it tolerable for everyone else to do the same thing. You feel a little bit more freedom in doing it. You don't feel any confines. You don't feel constraints to do it.
Exactly.
Now you're freed up to do it because you see somebody like be the flag bearer for it.
Yeah, commercially successful in it. Doing it in a successful way where that was the stigma to it.
Yeah.
If you do this, you're not going to be
you're going to be a quote unquote underground backpack rapper.
Yeah. You have to have been shot.
Yeah, like you were sold coke before. Like Kanye made it where you didn't have to do that.
Right. You could be somebody in the middle class, who's
regular
just in the educational system.
Like just being normal. Like just be regular. Like it's like that's a big thing. Like again, the street element in hip hop is necessary because that element exists in real life.
Yes.
But like it to me, it just was so unbalanced. Like it was like 80% of the rap game was street dudes, and it's like in the mainstream anyway. And it's like, but that's not 80% of our experience. Yeah. Like, it might be 30%. Like 70% of us is regular people out here trying to get a job. Like it might be only 10, 20% actually doing street stuff.
Yeah.
So that to me was what made Kanye so important, and College Dropout specifically.
Yeah, and then he was rocking polos, kind of like the average dude.
The
like
fashion sense was different too. Yeah, he was on a whole different, thing. Like,
and I love the sound of the drums. He mixed it, different snares, had like congas and stuff in the mix of his drums.
It's crazy because he always said he always hated his drums.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The drums is the one element
of his
of
weak spot.
He always said that was his weakness. He would always kind of use drums from either like Dilla or Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
he would get drums from some of their songs and sample them because he was like, I could never get drums the way like Dilla would do them or Dre. Like, he always used them as like the high mark for drums.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it better, but it was different in the way he did it. The sampling was the biggest thing to me, is how he sampled stuff and just made it brand new. That to me was like his best attribute.
Yep.
And then him being able to curate songs and collab with different artists, that ability to kind of like be that, was dope. And I loved how he was a part of that movement. Nonetheless, however, we know what it was, but I loved that movement at the time for what it was.
Yes.
I thought it was dope in music to have, these beats with Common on it or Mos Def on it.
And even to this day, I mean, Kweli's had his, obviously he talked about Kweli kind of the worst, but so I understand kind of where he's coming from. But like, to this day, I've yet to hear, like Mos or like Dave Chappelle, they'll never say nothing bad about him.
No.
Like they may not be happy with what he's doing, but you'll never get, I've yet to hear Dave Chappelle really like go in on Kanye.
Yeah, I've heard stories that he was a cool like guy, like in person and stuff like that. And obviously you're gonna, hear about yourself in the media, and then, I don't know, who knows what that does to you, hearing yourself and like how that gets to your head or, or your image, that also could probably affect you, for whatever it is. But I love the evolution, the creativity, the experimenting, never sounding the same.
Never.
And just evolving in the sound and trying to be better. And every time it came out with production, whether you liked it or not, it was ahead of its time every time. And then also the production kept getting better. Like once it came to My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy, like layered with so much different
crazy
like pieces, which really made it a unique album. So like all of that being said, that's what I do love and appreciate about Kanye West and driving that inspiration for music and for everybody. Like they want him to stick to music, you know, whatever you feel about that. But you know, he was successful with the Yeezus shoes. Like he's successful in fashion, you know, and I mean, it just says there's more to him. There's more to this guy than just rap. You know, there's so much more to him, and that's what makes him interesting. Yeah. College Dropout. It was a big piece during the 2000s. We had to mention it. So for those who are listening in, you know, we're dropping episodes every Monday. We need your help though in making comments, liking, subscribing. We need help getting over that threshold of 5,000. So that's where we're at right now on YouTube. We need your help. If you could please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. We're putting out episodes every week. And we're talking about hip-hop albums. We're also talking about current topics and stuff going on in hip-hop. So make sure that you're following us and staying tuned. Hit the notification bell to know when we're dropping out the latest episode. Go ahead, Mark. Let them have it.
To the MCs, drop a mic, drop a like, and throw your hands up. Get them high.
And if you go to college, finish.
Yeah, and if you like, share, you better subscribe and keep them high. Keep the subscriber count high.
Hit the subscribe.
Make sure you like again and like
Hit
again.
the subscribe.
Peace.
Subscribe.